Long live the fighters! Hey, I'm Will. This is Carbermat. This is a channel where we like to do some playthroughs, lots of solo content, some multiplayer stuff, discussions, reviews, and more, and just celebrate our love for board gaming and the community and everything in and around it. And it is time to give Dune Uprising a solo playthrough. Now, we have already in the channel done a 3-player playthrough of Dune Imperium, and that's a lot of fun if you want to go ahead and go back and watch it, but I haven't done a solo content yet. And this is the new Dune Uprising. So I will give my review at the end if you want to see what I think about that. Meanwhile, I will kind of walk us through the game as I play it, so you get to learn to play a little bit as I go, and I'll explain everything as it happens. I will be playing full solo with 2 standard AIs. There is if you're playing for 2-player, you do have to add in a AI to be a simulated 3rd player. So be aware of that if you're looking to pick this game up for multiplayer. But then there's also a 6-player mode, which is a 3 versus 3 team mode, where one player plays as the Emperor of Shaddam IV of House Carino, and the other player plays as Paul Atreides, I guess, and they have teams. Now, I have not been able to try that mode yet. I just have a difficulty assembling 6 people together to play a game, and usually my group is, between 1 and 5. And but I love to try that in the future. It sounds like a lot of fun, even if it is going to be pretty long. So here we go. I've got it set up for a solo mode. I will cover some small differences between Dune Uprising and Dune Imperium. The expansions are compatible with Dune Imperium, of Dune Uprising, and there is some additional things that you have to mix in, some extra comb cards and intrigue cards and things like that if you're adding in the expansions or playing the different modes. This is just base game, and if you want to see me mix in some expansions, leave a comment and let me know what I should throw in. And so at its heart, this is a deck building game with worker placement. The cards are driving the actions, or rather where you can place your attendants or lieutenants or whatever, your agents, to take actions on the board. And if you don't have the card that matches the space, you can't go there. The cards are also used to purchase more cards, as in traditional deck building, and you'll see that kind of throughout the course of the game. I will also say that this version does include 4 minis of sandworms, so if you have the upgrade set, you can add those in. I just do not have the upgrade set, and I'm not, a huge fan of how these look. I mean, while they're cool, they do look a little phallic in some senses, and I'm going to leave those out. We're going to use the perfectly functional wooden worms that come with the game. And let's head down and begin. So, the AI, you'll see I'm playing as Lady Jessica of House Atreides. This is the mother of Paul. I'm going to try to avoid spoilers of the second movie if you haven't seen it yet, but there are cards and things in this game and stuff that happens in this game that might potentially spoil parts of the movie. So if you have not seen the second movie yet, I would probably suggest just bookmarking or saving this video and then coming back to it later, because it's best not surprising that. Of course, if you read the books, then you already know what's going to happen, so that's fine. There is also a official companion app, as you could say, that will play the solo cards for you, but as in the words of Dune's Orange Catholic Bible, was it, "Thou shalt not create a computer likeness of man," which doesn't appear in the movies at all, but if you read the book, there's just a little nod to to not using AI in your everyday life, which is kind of hilarious considering where we are right now in life. So I will be taking a turn since I am first player, and then the Baron Vladimir Harkonnen will go next, followed by Lady Margot Fenring, and their actions are driven by the House of Gull card deck, and that tells them what to do. Difference from the previous game, no longer do the AI players use one of the large cards. Now they have kind of simplified AI card with some additional information, bit of a priority list that will help you determine where to place things in certain circumstances, which is a great addition. And I also will be using there's a couple of variants. I will be using the advanced troop deployment, but on like a standard difficulty. So that means they won't waste all of their troops in a combat that they're already winning, essentially, which makes it a little more difficult. Okay, so I have Lady Jessica here. Also, each player has been handed a objective card, which is essentially counts as half a point. So later on, if I get to a conflict that provides a symbol that I have, then that turns into a full point. And so let's start the round by revealing what the first conflict is. And so the number one error conflict is always the simplest, the lowest rewards. This is blue, so I don't want Lady Margot Fenring to get that. And here, I'll just move this out of the way. Let me still see it down here. And I'm going to go ahead and draw 5 cards. And it is time to play. So you will see there are cards along the side here. These are the markets that will be purchasable at kind of at the end of the round or on your reveal turn. So once you decide to pass for the round, on the turn that you do the passing, you show the rest of your hand, and then you can buy cards. There's always 5 cards from a randomized market, and then the Prepare the Way Bene Gesserit card, and the Spice Must Flow Space and Guild card, which is very expensive, but is a point. And I should cover this. The main goal of the game is to be the first player to reach 10 points, or rather, as soon as someone hits 10 points, that's the end of the game. We finish the round, and whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins, with some tiebreakers thrown in between. I think Spice is probably the first tiebreaker. I can't remember exactly. And so I've got my first hand of cards here, and we're going to look at where we can go. So I've got 3 troops in my garrison. I could send to combat. I might throw 1 in just to get the rewards, but it's not a very high priority combat, so I may or may not. Okay, I got my Signet Ring, which is great. So each card I'm going to cover now. You will see that there is symbols along the left side. So when you're playing a card, you're going to also place one of your agents. Right now I have 2. There's a third I can unlock later. But you're also going to play an agent, and the agent has to go to a location that has one of the symbols along the left side. So for example, the green is up here, blue is on the planet, kind of around the outskirts. These are more the built up places, and then the yellow is in the open desert. So I would have to place an agent with that. I would be able to do everything in the beige area, but the bottom I do not get unless I save it in my hand and reveal that on the reveal turn, and then I get everything along the bottom, generally going towards purchasing new cards, which is this blue square currency. So if I just quit right now and end the round, I would have 4 to purchase. But obviously I'm not going to do that. I also have Seek Allies, which is a good thing to have first. Fortunately, this is like a one-time use. The card gets trashed afterwards, but I can send to any of the different factions of the game. Now, there are 4 main factions of the game: the Fremen, the Bene Gesserit, the Space and Guild, and the Emperor. When you send an agent to their location, you also advance one of your cubes on their track. So everyone is going to start off with just 1 cube at the bottom of the track, and as you go up, you'll be pushing that cube upwards. If you reach an area with a point, then you will gain the point. and whoever reaches the top first gains the next point, but that could be taken away if someone passes them. So not meets, but passes. So there's potentially points there, and considering there's only 10 points in the game, that is pretty huge. There's also some rewards as well for hitting the tops of those tracks. So I definitely want to do that first round, is get up somewhere. I'm not sure what my priority would be. Likely I'll probably want to do the Signet Ring. So Signet Ring, which is the symbol here, as well as the one card, will activate something on my player board. So each player character has a board that has an kind of all-the-time special ability, and then an ability that triggers when the Signet Ring is played. Mine is Lady Jessica, is spend a spice to gain a intrigue card, which can be pretty powerful. They're a combination of kind of immediate play, special things that moderate actions, or stuff you reveal during the conflict, during the end of round fight that manipulates the fight, or even things that get used at the end of the game for some surprise points that might swing things in your favor. So a spice to gain an intrigue card and move a troop from your supply, so off the map, to the Bene Gesserit area of the board. So it would get stored on the board itself. So now this ties into her special ability. So I picked her because I wanted to try her out. I've played more of the other characters, but she has a unique ability where she changes in the game. So this is when you send an agent to Bene Gesserit board space, you may return all the memories and draw a card for each one, and then flip her over. And again, this is where now you're going to want to pause or save the video to avoid spoilers. So she converts into the Mother Jessica, and her ability changes based on the Water of Life, which is very cool indeed. So, but I want to get some stuff out there first before I do that flip and get a good bonus. I have no spice, so I can't go to that spot yet. I could go just to get an intrigue card. It might not be bad playing to her strengths and just working on that. Considering her Signet Ring kind of requires spice, maybe I should get the spice first and just hope the AI doesn't. So let's see here. I have one water to start, so I could just go straight into Haga Basin and get 2 spice, which is probably just fine right now. There's not really a better way to get spice. So while we do that, but I only have so many actions to return. I won't be able to use the Signet Ring. Oh no, I could use the Signet Ring ability after. Okay, so I can play the Signet Ring, right, which has a yellow symbol on it. So I'll be going to Haga Basin, spending the water to go there because it's real dry, gaining 2 spice. And now you'll see also Haga Basin has these cross sword symbols that are on the bottom corner of all of the planet-based actions, as well as the Highlander and the 2 Fremen actions. And that means that when I go there, I may move up to 2 troops from my garrison into combat. So I'm not sure if I want to. Maybe it's worth putting 1 in right now. Now each troop you put into combat, as you see written down here, is worth 2 attack. So we're just going to update that number so you see how much combat value I am currently at. And then I got 2 spice, and now I can actually make use of the Signet Ring ability. You can choose whether to use the card ability first or the action first. And this is going to be spend the spice to draw an intrigue card and move your supply to the Bene Gesserits. So now I have a cube sitting here, which is kind of a special mechanic only she can use. And the intrigue card I got, so this will normally be a surprise, but it's one that I can show you guys, of course. But if we're playing multiplayer, I would keep it hidden. And it is a combat-based one, so I could reveal it in turn when resolving the combat. And this would add is Devour. Add additional 2 attack, and then if you have 1 or more sandworms in the conflict, add 2 more and trash the card. So that's pretty exciting for combat surprise. But that is it for my turn. I got 1 spice left. And we are going to go on to, so now it's the Baron's turn. Draw a House of Gaul card. He's going to gather support. So he's going up to the gather support location. Now the AI doesn't ever pay costs. They just place their worker. If the spot is already taken, you draw another card. And that gives him 1 troop into his garrison. He cannot deploy it because there's no cross sword symbols there. Next, Lady Margot Fenring is going to go. Oh, she's also gathering support. Okay, well, can't do that. It's full. So let's go to Haga Basin, which I am in, or Imperial Basin. Send an agent to the space of the most bonus spice. If neither space has bonus spice, reveal another card. So bonus spice gets added to these little maker spots at the end of the round. Since there's no bonus, I have to draw another card. And Espionage. Okay, that unfortunately is the one I wanted to go to. So she is going to place, again, they don't have to pay costs. She's going to place here. She's going to move her marker up 1. That is really unfortunate, because like that is what I wanted to do with my Seek Allies card. Okay. And then she's going to place a spy. Her spy is on this place again where I want to be. So I guess I'm going to be fighting Lady Margot Fenring for things, which is very unfortunate. Now, Spies is a new addition to the Uprising game versus the original Dune Imperium, and there is a bunch of these little eyeball spaces connected by lines around the board, and a new symbol with the cylinder. Yeah, let's see if I can get close enough here to focus. So there's a cylinder, and that when you play a card that gives you a cylinder, you get to place a spy out around the board. What a spy allows you to do is when you maybe can't place in a space, so for example, if I had a spy here, I could still place where she is and then remove my spy. So that would allow me to get in there. Or if I had a spy, so again in this situation, or I could go there if there was no one else that lay there, that's still fine. And then I can choose to recall my spy to draw a card. And there are also some cards that allow you to place on spy locations. For example, this Calculus of Power card. There is a spy as a new location, so that means placing your agent where there is a spy currently. So that throws all of my plans way off. So that's what I wanted to do. So Seek Allies, do I go and still go to Bene Gesserit space and seek allies somewhere else? Or do I do something else entirely? I don't want this card to get totally lost. I could go and draw a card from Desert Tactics. I've already used my water, so I can't go here anymore. Sorry, I can't do Desert Tactics. I can do the From Kit. I have spice, so I could go here and get $4, which would get me halfway towards my Swordmaster. So Swordmaster is earning your 3rd agent. First person to go there costs $8, or 8 Solari, sorry. And then everyone else afterwards is 6, and you only get 1. So I could do that, but I kind of want the 3 to buy things. So I think I'm going to... Could go to the Emperor and take a contract, which could be useful. I could... I'll just go to the Guild and just get a water. I mean, you need water to go a lot of different places. So maybe I will do that. So I'm going to play Seek Allies, which gets trashed. It gets removed from the game. And I'm going to go to the Guild, move up the Guild track, and get that water back that I was missing. Okay, now we're on to the Baron again. He's going to Siege Tubber. If the rival doesn't have 2 influence, reveal another card. Okay, because that spot requires 2 influence, so on these tracks in order to go there. Okay, he's going instead to the research station. And he's placing 2 troops on the board, and then he's going to move 2, because he can move up to 2, into... Well, I guess he can, yeah. He can move those 2 and then up to 2 more. Which, with the advanced rules, he would only add 1 more, because if he's beating something by at least 2, then he doesn't push extra troops in. Okay, and then for Lady Margot, oh, she's going to the Bene Gesserit again, the other one. Okay, and then this moves up her track, so she actually gets the first point of the game, which the rest of us are down at 0 here. And that's bad, because I wanted to fight her for that, but now I can't. If anyone had more than 4 entry cards in hand, they'd have to discard down to 3, but that's fine. I don't have to. Okay, on for the reveal turn. So I've got no more workers to place, so I'm going to reveal. I've got 3 purchase power. And do I want the calculus of power? So this is trash another Emperor card you have in play. It doesn't let me fit out my deck, but it kind of relies on me having things. I could get the Maker Keeper, which if I have 2 influence, I get a water. And there I have, or Fremen. I don't really have either. I went for Guild this round, this game. What else can I afford? I could afford the Weirding Woman. If you have another Bene Gesserit card in play, return this card from play to your hand. It's pretty handy. So I could get 2. I could get those 2, which would be great. I would love to get cards with more play location symbols, but I don't see any. So let's get the Maker Keeper. Yep, I think that's fine. And then reveal. Oh, another one. Okay, and then the Weirding Woman. So since I had 3 purchase. Oh, double agent. That would have been good. So those go in my discard pile. Alright, I had to run and get some dice. So the solo mode does have a way to help churn the market board a little bit, so it's not just sitting there and you're the one buying for it. And you do need 2 dice, which do not come in the game. So we're going to roll these, a 5 and a 1, and then that means that we're going to remove cards number 1 and number 5. And I guess they slide down. Something like that. Okay, now we are going on to combat. So both the Baron and Lady Margot have a revealed turn, essentially, that they're doing as well. So the Baron has no additional combat, and Margot is actually, she's not in the fight at all. So we're not going to reveal for her. The Baron is at 6, and I'm at 2. I am not able to pump it up enough with this card, so that's fine. I'm gonna let him win. So he's gonna win an intrigue card, which we'll put maybe over here, and a Solari. And then I win. Oh, and he wins the card. And then I win an intrigue card and 2 Solari. So maybe that worked out better. But I just threw a troop in there. So the intrigue card I got is Manipulate. Remove and replace a card in the Imperium row during your reveal turn this round, and you may acquire the removed card for 1 less. So I can play that at some point and be like, I'm going to buy that card later, and then just reserve it. Alright, so the Baron gains this conflict card. He has no match, so that is fine. Everything that was in conflict is gone. Garrison stays. We are going to add some spice. Spice up these board spaces a little bit. And then we're going to recall our troops. Where she's over here, and I'm over here. And let's see, Margo's the only one winning right now. Okay, all that is done. And now we rotate first player over to the Baron. He is going to be our first player now. Let's get some cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And, okay, I have diplomacy. That's good. I'll still be able to potentially go as long as to the Band Gesture, as long as they're not drawing lots more cards. And let's see where the Baron goes. Oh, sorry, new conflict card first. Okay, so as a mouse, which is what I want, because it matches, there is a no maker symbol. So now we're looking at cards that have locations. So this is Secure the Imperial Basin, which is literally this location. No worms may go there unless, again, spoiler alert, unless you break the shield wall. So worms is a multi-step process. And I'll explain this now. To get a worm, first you have to go to Siege Tabur and be trained in how to ride worms. So you can gain a maker hook, which is this little symbol that will go on the corner of your garrison to show that you are allowed to get worms. And then, in order to actually get worms, you have to go to one of these 2 desert locations and take the worms instead of the spice. So you're giving up on the resources in order to get the worms. When you get the worms, they immediately go into combat. You cannot choose, they just go in. You can't reserve them for later. And then they're only usable in locations that are outside unless the shield wall is broken, and then they can be used in the interior protected locations. So we're fighting in a protected location now. In order to break the shield wall, you need one of these symbols, which is also at Siege Tabur. And which none of us have. So that's a long ways away. Worms, by the way, provide 3 to combat strength. And as long as you have a worm in battle on your side, then it will double whatever rewards you get, which is huge. That's really great. Alright, so he has... Wait, did he go yet? No, he hasn't gone yet. So... we are going to see where he goes. He goes in a deep desert. If deep desert has no bonus spice revealed on our card, it does have bonus spice. Rivals do collect resources to get from locations like deep desert. So he's actually going to pick up 5 spice, which is huge. I believe these are 3s. 3, 4, 5. Are they 3s? That is actually something I don't know. Oh, there were 5. Okay, sorry. So he's getting 5 space from the deep desert. Now, the AI will attempt to convert resources into points. So if they reach a certain value, and unfortunately this is only in the middle of the rulebook, it's not even on the back, so you can't use this quick reference, but if it gets 7 Solari, or 7 Spice, or 3 entry cards, or 3 Water, they convert it into points. However, they also have a number at the top of their player card where if they have a total amount of resources equal to that number, they will immediately spend those resources. Prioritizing Solari and then Water and then Spice in order to unlock their Swordsman card. So the Baron just now has 5, 6, 7 resources. So he's going to spend 6 of them. So he's going to have 1 Spice left over because he prioritizes saving those. And he's going to unlock his Swordsmaster, which is bad news for me. Okay. Now, oh yeah, and he's going to also add 2 into the conflict because he is at a attack location and he has nothing in there currently. Now it's Lady Margot Fenring's turn. She's going to Siege Tabur. She does not have 2 influence. Now she's going to Desert Tactics up in Fremen, and she's going to gain a cube into combat with 2 more. Because she's not winning yet. And then if she had Maker Hook, she would break the shield wall, but she doesn't. Now it's finally my turn, and let's do what I've been waiting to do. Play Diplomacy, and use a Spice to do Espionage, which lets me draw a card. So, so everything is, actually, except for the one I just played, these are going to shuffle. And then I'm going to draw a card, and Dune Desert Planet, and then I get to place a spy somewhere. Now, where do I want to get to that I maybe can't right now? Maybe I want to go to Desert Tactics as well. I can't right now, but probably later, since I have some Fremd cards and some Bene Gesserit cards. That seems like a good idea. Although, I am moving up the guild already. Yeah, maybe we'll do the guild, so that way I can get in there if I need to. Okay, right, that card has nothing else on it. So now we're on to the Baron's second term. He's going to the research station. And he is getting 2 cubes, and he's going to add them both into the conflict. Now I am way behind on the conflict here, so I'm probably not going to win this, even though it would be very good for me. And let's see, now it's Margot's turn. She's going to delivery. It's conflict 1 or 2, so she's going to go to deliver supplies. Go up here. And that's it. Okay, it's back to me. I am not doing super well here. Do I want to think about what to buy from the Imperium? So 4, 5. I might be able to get something worth 6 with my Manipulate card. Ooh, interesting, interesting. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. So I'm going to spend my Manipulate card, remove and replace a card in the Imperium row. So I can get this one. This price is no object card for 1 less. So I'm just going to put this over here. That's pretty interesting for me. And that gets replaced. Ooh. That's actually even better. But okay, so the card I'm actually going to play for the turn. I should probably go and get some spice. I got no money. I'm very poor right now. Oh yeah, I got these daggers. I don't want to spend anything but the daggers. So green is pretty much just going to send me up here, which is not good. So I'm not even in the conflict at all this round, which is kind of the worst. I only have $2. So I could buy support. That's interesting. Or an intrigue card. You know, I think I'm going to gather support. So I'm going to go up here. Although I want to save the money for my Swords Master. Because if I don't get the Swords Master, I'm going to be way behind. One extra purchase doesn't help me. I've already used my discount card. Yeah. Green. I don't have enough Imperial privilege. I don't have the 2 Emperor. So I think I'm just gonna I need to get into this conflict more. So there is a water. I'm gonna spend the $2. So water and 2 troops, but they go in the garrison, not in the conflicts. Okay. The Baron is gonna go. Oh yeah, I should update these. So we're at 6 and 8. The Baron is going to the Highliner. Oh no. Okay. I'm a little jealous of the AI and their ability to just afford things. So he is going up here, and he's getting 3 troops. And one of them is going into the conflict, so he's 2 above. Ouch. Okay. Alright, so now onto my reveal turn. My attack is unfortunately worth nothing because I have no troops. But I do have 5, 6, thanks to my card. So I am buying this Price is No Object card. So these all go on my discard pile now. And now the Baron is going to reveal an attack card. Use an additional 1. And Lady has additional 2, not enough to help her. So the Baron wins this. The Baron now has control over the Imperial Basin. So now whenever anyone goes there, he gets a spice. He also gains 2 spice. And a troop. And Lady Margot gets 2 water and a troop. And she is not going to buy points yet, even though she could, because she's waiting until she gets her Swords Master. And now these all clear out, which thins things out a little bit for me for next time. But the Baron is just dominating combat. He's got 1 of each. No points yet, but dominating. Okay, now we're going to add a couple more spice to these locations. Get better. It's pretty tempting. First player moves. And we're going to go ahead and get everything back here. I somehow have to get my way to a third person. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the next conflict, so we're still at an Era 2 conflict. And this one is another mouse, another Muad'Dib, which can match the Baron or can match with me, so that's good. That's a reward I do want to get. I might want to go heavy into combat this time if I can help it. But it's Margot's turn. So let's see what she's going to do. House of Gal. Accept a contract of shipping. She only has 1 influence so far, so she's going to go there. Get 2... Oh, no, sorry. Accept conflict is over here. Accept contract. Get $2. Okay. And now it's my turn. Oh, I can't get to any of those. Oh. If you have another Bene Gesserit card and play, return this card to your hand. I do have 1. But that's not good. Okay. Fortunately, I can't get any of these bonuses right now. Signet Ring. I think we're going to have to do the Signet Ring. So we are going to go to Haga Basin. Spend the water. And get 1, 2, 3, 4 spice. And then put 2 troops into the combat. And I'm going to activate my Signet Ring. So spend 1 to get a let's go to Intrigue card. And add a thing to the Espionage. Alright, so this is change allegiances. So go down 1 to go up on a different one. And then I could spend 3 spice to go up on 1. Okay, interesting. Alright, Baron's first turn. Deliver supplies. Deliver supplies. Conflict 1 or 2, yes. So he's going to go here and he's going to move up and gain up his first point. Margot is going to Desert Tactics. And she goes up on and gets another point. They're just whooping me here. And she also gains a troop, and she's going to move that one and 2 more into the conflict. Okay. Now it's my turn. I have, like, no influence anywhere. This has been terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 purchase. Is there anything I want to save for? Deserts, maybe reconnaissance. I could spend spice for cash and then deploy troops. That could be good. I do need cash pretty badly. Yeah, okay, I think we're going to go to the spice refinery. Spend a spice for $4. And then I'm going to put those 2 troops in. Okay, the Baron is still going. Haga Basin, or Haga Basin or Imperial Basin. Send an agent to the space with the most bonus spice. Okay, there is. So he's going to get 2, 3. So he's got 3. He's got 6 now, which is not enough to buy a point, thankfully. Does he get his own bonus? You know, that is a good question. Does he get his own bonus because he owns that location? I sure hope not, because if he did, then he would get a point right away. Okay, owning location. I don't want to knock anything over here. Okay, where is it? Agents. 3 cards. It must be a combat. Workspace costs, influence. Okay, here we go. Critical locations. While your control marks on space, you receive the bush shown whenever any player, and yourself included. No. Okay, so he gets one as well, which now puts him at 7. So he already has his agent, so he is buying their point. Man, that is just not cool. And he's going to send 2 guys in. Okay, Margot's out. I am revealing, so let's see where are we at right now. I'm at 8. Margot's at 6. Baron is at 4. I reveal 1 more, so I'm at 9, and I have 5 purchase. And we can get... You deploy any troops you can recruit this turn to conflict. Sardaukar Coordination, that sounds good. I'll take that. Although I don't have any Sardaukar cards right now. I could risk taking the Hidden Missive, but I need more locations. So there's a 4, and oh, and a 1. Ooh, okay. From Bond, you may deploy or retreat one of your troops. I do have another Fremen card. So it's potential I get those both at the same time. So a bond is when you have another card in play of the same type, the same name, not name, but same type. Then you get to do the thing. However, this has no... It says no ability on it. It's just a reveal-only card. So maybe I'm just going to ignore that. Alright, we're going to roll. Couple dice. 2 and a 5. So those cards are removed. These dice, by the way, I got these last year at Breakout Con, which is the only convention I've ever been to for board gaming. They say Breakout Con on the 6s, and it's a Toronto-based convention. I went with a buddy, and had a great time, met a lot of cool people, made some friends, you know, got to meet a couple publishers, and just had a great time there, and I'd love to go back. It's just expensive, and I would love to go to one of the bigger ones, maybe Gen Con or something. But being in Canada, things are a little far away for that. Okay, Baron is still going. He's going back to Siege Tower. Is that one open? No, he can't because he does not have 2 influence. Haga Basin and Imperial Basin are both gone. Sarkar. Okay, he's moving up here. He's getting 2 more troops, but he can't put them in. Okay, now on for the surprise reveal turn. So the Baron is going to add 2 to his troops. And Lady Margot is going to add 2. And I am still clearly winning. So I get the bonus, which is 1 up on the Fremen. I get a water. And I get a troop in the garrison. Then we have the... who's next here? Lady Margot Fenring is going to have 3 spice. And troop. Now she has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So she's going to spend all 8 of them to unlock her Swordsmaster. So I am behind, for sure. And I don't believe there is a 3rd place on a 3-player game. I think the 3rd place person gets left out. Conflict, conflict, conflicts. Conflict, let's see, ties, no. There's ties when the 3rd reward. There are 3 or fewer players, no other rewards are given for the conflict. Okay, so... no, an any player... Okay, that's tied for 1st. Oh, no, I guess everyone gets it. Oh, here we go. The player with the 2nd highest strength gets the 2nd award. So the 3rd highest gains the 3rd. With 3 or fewer players, the 3rd award is only used for top. Okay, so Baron, thankfully, gets nothing. I get the conflict card, which I now have as a pair, and that is going to give me a point, my 1st point. Hooray! Alright, so troops all disappear. It was a bloody conflict. We add some more spice for next round. Only 1 gets added because everyone else is busy. And then we gain back our workers. And now I am officially behind by a worker, which is very, 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 very bad for me. Conflict 2. So this is a comb reward. So these kind of objective tiles are for comb, which is the Combined Annette Ober Advancer Mercantile Guild. It is essentially... the stockbrokers and the merchants and things have all that kind of span across the universe. It's a pretty good idea of it's like the stock market essentially. It's they do all the major trade, so they are giving rewards for going to certain locations, which can be quite good. Okay, so that is the next Era 2 conflict, and 1st player goes back to me. I've got no cards left in my deck, so I'm going to shuffle. And the question I'm going to have now is, how far do I take Lady Jessica's special power of adding tokens before I go and do it? One, two, three, four, 5, but that won't matter unless I have a way to get there. Okay, so I do have a way to get there. I have no signet ring. So let's remind myself. So when I go to Bene Gesserit space, I can draw 2 cards at this point and flip. And then once during each turn, when you send an agent to Bene Gesserit or from the board space, you may spend a water to repeat the effects printed on that space. And now I can convert spice to water. Interesting. Repeat the space. That might be pretty good. And for 2 cards. But can I use those 2 cards towards buying something really amazing? Or a spice must flow is just a point. Oh, I don't think I got the points for the money for buying that other card. Where was it? Ah, yeah, I missed that. Totally missed it. There was $2 for buying that card. Which I'm pretty sure I missed that. Did I miss it or did I get it? No, I think I missed it because I got money from one of the conflicts. Okay, so potentially that is a thing I could do. I need to go and get some points, so maybe I keep going to the Spacing Guild. If you have another Bene Gesserit card in play, I don't, so it might be a good time to draw some cards. You may deploy any troops you recruit this turn to the conflict. Sardaukar would be pretty strong later on. I don't have enough water to go to Deep Desert. That would be great. I don't have enough influence to go get Maker Hooks. Maybe I should do that first. Just go get influence. And maybe trash a card. No. Yeah, that might be best, because I do want to be able to get worms in soon. So we are going to play Diplomacy, go to a From Kit. That lets me draw a card and add troops in battle, which is just the one at this point. And I get to draw a card, which is always handy. Okay, it's just a purchase. So now I really have to go and buy my Swordsmaster next. Alright, the Baron. Oh, he's getting the Sardaukar. Okay, guess I'm not doing it now. He's going up again. He's another point here. And he's getting 2 troops, which he's got a load of them. Alright, Lady Margot. Place a spy. So she's placing a spy on a yellow space. If the comb observation post is unoccupied, place a spy there. Okay. Done. Yes. That's it. Oh, place a spy, then reveal another card. Okay, so that's a in-between turn card. Alright, now she's going to Arakeen. And she gets a troop, and she's going to put them in battle, and she's going to activate her signet, which gives her $1. And okay, that's it. Now it's back to my turn. So the only way I have to get a Swordsmaster is the Sardaukar card. So we're going to have to go there. Here, spend my 6. And unlock my Swordsmaster. Okay, Baron is... well, you may deploy any troops you get recruited the conflict this turn. Don't have it. Alright, the Baron is going to Fremkit space. He can't. So he's going to the Spice Refinery instead. He's adding 2 troops in, and he's using his Signet Ring, which is an intrigue card. So remember, when he has 3, he just turns them in for a point, which is kind of insane. Lady Margot, from Kit, she can't. Place another spy. Okay, so this is her 3rd spy. On blue, spy on the rightmost unoccupied blue observation post. And then draw another card. This is her 3rd spy, so now she recalls the other 2. So the AI, most of them, I think all of them, whenever they place their 3rd spy, they recall the other 2, and they do the thing here. So she goes up on the Bene Gesserit. I'm never going to beat her there. And then she reveals another card. Place another spy on the rightmost unoccupied observation post in green. And reveal another card. Wow. Okay, Arakeen is taken. Haga Basin or Imperial Basin. The most bonus spice, there is none. And okay, she's going to accept a contract now. So she has one influence only. So she's going to accept a contract and get $2. Okay, that was a complicated turn for her. Alright, so I have 2 water only. Do I have 2 influence? I don't have 2 Fremen influence yet. I want to be able to get some at some point, but I can't. So maybe we should go to the research station. I don't really want the Baron winning this, per se, because he's going to get a point. However, it awards no points. If I had more spice, I could do the Legion's change and reorganize things a bit. That could be handy. Let's see here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 purchase. There's nothing for 4. Okay, so I'm definitely going to spend and play another thing. But do I go to the research station, or do I want to save that extra water and go to deep desert later? We can get some worms for later conflict. That's maybe what I'm going to do. I don't have the spice to do the shipping. I don't have a spy card for guild, so maybe I'll just do a Dune, a desert planet, and go. I hate to go here for this 1 spice. 4, yeah, 4 is better. Okay, get water, get 2 spice. It's not ideal. Oh, I have nothing else in conflict. You know what? Oh, I'm not gonna get any rewards. Ooh, do I want some rewards? I do want some rewards. You know what? I am going to spend a reconnaissance. I'm going to go here instead. So instead of 2 spice, I'm spending that extra water, which sucks. Getting 2 troops, and then move them both in, but also draw 2 cards. And I think those 2 cards might give me purchase power and combat power. So that looks good. Baron needs to shuffle his deck of cards because he has done far too much this game already. And it's going to have to slow down a bit because he's winning. Baron is going to... He does not have 1 or 2... where's it? Deliver supplies. Deliver supplies. Okay, so he can go here and move up again. So he's winning there. And now Lady Margot is going. Again. Okay, so she gets another coin. Oh, no, she can't. So Erkine is busy. Deep Desert is not busy and has bonus spice. So she's going to go there and she's going to get 5. That is painful. Okay. And then on to me, my reveal turn. So let's... I don't think we ever updated this. So we're at 6, 4, and 4. I have an additional 2 combat. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 purchase. So let's get... Ooh, Rebel Supplier. Calculus of Power. I'm going to get... So 3. I guess I've been sliding down. Ooh, does a survival 4, 5. Okay. Then we roll a couple dice. And churn. A 5 and a 6. So just a 5 goes. Now we're going to do the combat reveals. And so the Baron is going to add 1 to his combat power. Oh, I forgot. No, Margot has nothing else. Okay. And then Margot is going to add 2. Okay. And then we hand out rewards. So let's go backwards here. So Baron gets nothing. Margot gets water and spice and trash cards. I don't think she can trash a card. No, she doesn't get to do anything for trash a card. I get a water. I get a trash card. So let's get rid of one of those Dune Desert Planet cards because those are not super helpful. And I get one of these goals, High Council. Do I have money for it? I don't, but going up to Manchester could be good. Research Station is just money. I'm not really going there anymore. I'll take the High Council one. Okay, so I have a goal. So if I go to so now if I go to the High Council, I get a Manchester. So at some point I need $5. And I gain the card. So one more another mouse and I get another point. Don't know what my chances are of getting that is. Okay, so now we add spice to the unvisited regions. Everyone recalls their cards. I mean, their workers. So happy to finally have 3. And first player rotates. Next conflict. And is a green, no points, and it's the Spice Refinery. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's my signet ring. So the question is, do I want to go... Ooh, I could... Oh, maybe. Maybe. Okay. Now the Baron's going to go first this time. He's going to gather support. And he gets 1... Oh, sorry. These are removed. He gets 1 troop. For gathering support. Good. Margot is going to go to Haga. And she's going to gain 3. 1, 2, 3. She now has 7 spice, which means she's going to buy herself a point. And I am behind. And that's my turn. So we should probably do the signet ring first and get this done. I would have loved to have some money. Okay, that's spice. I need spice. I think I'm gonna have to do it. All right, signet ring. So we're going to Imperial Basin, which gives the Baron a spice, unfortunately, but I get 2. And I'm going to use one of my spice from the signet ring. Yep. To place a 3rd thing on there and get another espionage, another intrigue card, I mean. Okay, alright, I got a plan. Alright, now for the Baron. Baron is going to siege Harper. Oh no, wait, does he have an influence? He does not. Another card. Sardaukar, oh no! Oh no! Holy moly, more troops. Alright. Fremkit. She is nothing. But she goes up again. They're all beating me on these things. Okay. Next. So this is where things get interesting. I have no Solari. Okay. Alright, we're going to go... So price is no object. We're going to go to... Oh, I would love to do the top one, but... Yeah, I think we're going to do the intrigue card one. So that gives me a 1 here. And an intrigue card. Ooh, okay, things are lining up. And now we are going to use the change allegiances card. We're going to go down on the guild, up in the Fremen, so that's a point. Then we're going to spend 3 spice to go up in the Bene Gesserit. And that's another point. So now we are tied. Yes. And also, because I sent an agent to this space, I'm going to recall these drawing card for each one. So I get to draw 3 cards from my deck. I think the cards I played this turn don't stay out. Big turn, big turn. 1, 2, 3 cards. And then we flip her over. So now Signet Ring lets me spend spice for water, and whenever I go to an agent's to spend agent to go to a Fremen or a Bajorsa space, I can spend a water to repeat the action. So new cards. Actually, these should really be should stay out, I think, because they're supposed to stay out for the round. Oh, if you have another Bajorsa card in play, return this card. Ooh. And I have 2 influence for each of those, so that's also amazing. Okay, all right, Baron. Baron is placing his, I think his first buy on the yellow, on the Como's racing spot. It's unoccupied. Reveal another card. Research Station. Research Station here. He's going to get 2 more troops and he's going to add 2 in. Alright, Lady is going to place a spy on blue. And then she's going to recall the other 2 and go up and buy Gesserits. Okay, and she gains an intrigue card. And a point. So she beat me to that. Okay, it's fine. And then she's even gone yet. And then she's going to go to Imperial Basin. No, she can't go to any of those. She's going to go to Siege Tabor. Does she have Fremen influence? She does. Oh no. Okay. She gets Maker Hooks. And a troop. And a water. And she's going to add it into combat. Man, okay, and then it's my turn. So I got a mitt full of cards here. We got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 purchase. Oh, I see. I could have got that trade. There's still a trade card, which is really good. And some daggers. So where are we at right now? We have 4, 2. I got nothing. I've got a water. I can't squeeze myself in anywhere. I want to use green. I don't have a seat in the High Council. Oh, wait. Where's the other one I had? Right, if you have another Bajorsa card in play, returns to your hand. Okay, that opens up options. So blue and yellow. It's too bad I don't have a spy here because I'd love to go get Maker Hooks this round. Would have been huge. I have no spice to spend. I could just go get troops and cards. So maybe we'll do that. We go to spend the Weirding Woman. Go to Arakeen to get a troop. I might want to deploy that if I get to draw a card. So 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to deploy it. Because I can probably beat her on bonuses. And then it goes back to my hand. Still can't do that. I need more cash for the High Council. Need more cash. Okay. Exciting. Now it's time for reveal turns, so it's on to me. So again, we have 1, 2, 3. Wait, I have 2 combats. So let's look at combat. 2, 3 combat. 1, 2, 3. I'm winning currently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's no 8 cost cards. I'm going to take the Interstellar Trade for 7. One more. No. Okay. So that is it for me there. Now we have reveal attack for Baron. So Baron is going to get an additional 2. 1, 2. And Lady is going to get additional 1. Now, traits. Okay, I'm going to reveal tactical option and gain an additional 2. 1, 2. Because I think that would be good not to let him get another point. So, that is it for combat. So I won. I get control over the spice refinery. Sure. I get to put a spy somewhere. Let's do... Yes, we need to get those maker hooks. Put a spy somewhere, and we get 2 spice. And then the Baron gets an intrigue card, spice, and a troop. And Lady gets nothing. Now, the Baron has 3 intrigue cards, so he's going to spend those all for a point. I gang this card, no points on it, doesn't match, but at least the Baron didn't get. Okay, and then everything dies, it resets, add some spice, get our troops back, or get our agents back. So it's not going well for me, but I've got a chance. I've got a chance. First player marker rotates. Reveal Era 2 conflict cards. It's a blue. Again, I don't want the Baron to get. Siege of Arakeen. Okay. Sure. I might want to just go get some money. Okay, and then time to draw some cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Lady Margot Fenring is going first. Alright, placing a spy. She is all about the spies this game. On green, furthest right, unoccupied green. And then reveal again. Secrets. Okay, then I got rid of some cards. So she goes up again. I'm never going to beat her now. And let's see what I got. I got diplomacy, good. Sardic coordination, good. You may deploy any troops you gain as conflict. Ooh, that would have been good again for the next round. Desert survival. Water, I've got water. Oh, I need to go to Siege Tower. I've got 3 cards. Okay, I can go where a spy is. Trash a card. Yeah, that might be... Yeah, reconnaissance is better though. So, reconnaissance. Blue, we're going to Siege Tower. We are, since I have 2 influence, we are gaining the Maker Hooks now, so I can summon sandworms. We're getting a troop in. We're going to send a troop in. Because, and I also get a water. Or, you know, maybe, you know what? I think I'm going to save. I think I'm going to save up some troops. Just because. So the game's not over yet. I'm going to need these troops for later. And although if I win, I get troops back. So maybe I will. Okay. That is my go. Baron is going to the assembly hall. I don't even remember seeing that one. Okay, assembly hall. He gets one of these, and if he has 2 or more influence, he gets 1. He does not. Okay. Oh, no, he does. He does have 2 or more influence. So he gets a guild influence, which gives him a point. Oh, man. And $3. Okay. Margot is going to the From Kit. She's getting the point there, and the water. And she has 3 water. So she's going to turn those in for another point. This is really not looking good for me. But I have sandworms. Yeah, so soon. Okay. I need to get some water somewhere. I need the high. I don't have the High Council seat yet. Where do I get money from? I guess go to the Spice Refinery to get money. I could pay water to do actions more than once. But I really need to get some sandworms in. No. Oh, she had no troops. Okay. Sandworms, sandworms, sandworms. Sandworms would be great. It would set me up for later round because I'd get double the rewards, which would mean a whole bunch of troops in right for next time. So I should probably prioritize getting some sandworms in. Okay, so desert survival. Yep. Okay. Yeah, desert survival. Yeah, okay, desert survival. That lets me trash a card, so let's go through and get rid of maybe reconnaissance. And we're going to go to Haga Basin, and we're going to use those maker... Wait, where are we fighting? Siege of Arakeen. No, there's no worms! Can't do the worms. Okay, sorry about that. I got a little bit overzealous here. Can't do the worms because the wall is still standing, and I got maker hooks, so I can't destroy the wall just yet. So that's going to have to wait. Instead, we're going to have to do some other plans. Plans upon plans upon plans. Diplomacy. Oh yeah, get my water back. Diplomacy. Espionage. This goes up here. And... which I'm not going to win it for points, but... whenever I go there, I can spend a water to do it again. Which is additional cards. Or if I, you know what? We're going to go here. Water to go in. And I get a troop and trash a card. And then I can spend a water, because of my Reverend Mother ability, to do that space again. So another troop. And another trash card. Which is thinning out my cards for later, so that's not bad. Daggers. You know what, maybe I'll take the daggers out instead of their reconnaissance. So both my daggers are gone. Thin out my deck a bit. And do I want those troops in conflict? I was really hoping to blow everything up and get a ton of troops, but okay, I'm going to put 2 there. So currently I'm winning. And yeah, okay. Alright. Fine. On to here, and he cannot go there. Haga Basin, Imperial Basin, there's no bonus spice. Siege Tupper is taken. Sardaukar is going to go up again. This gives him another point. Yeah, am I just sucking at this? Priorities is here, based on the priority list. And yeah, maybe I'm just not good at this game. Look at that. Not good. All right, Margot. Although I did win this last time I played. Margot cannot go there. So she is going to Arakeen. She's adding a troop, putting them in, and she's using her signet for a coin. All right, back to me. So far, so good. I'm winning the conflict. 4, 5. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go somewhere. Ooh, I could do the accept contract card. Okay, I am playing Desert Survival, but instead I'm taking a contract. Shoot, I should have cut my cards out. Contract. And let's trash the reconnaissance. And where's one of these guys? High Council. I don't know if I can get two of the same. Research station, maybe I can. Okay. We shall see. Okay. Okay, so I think all, no, I guess 1, 2, 3, 5. I drew a bunch of extra cards already because of my thing, so I think I'm confused here. But I think these are the ones that are played, and these ones are. Is that this round? No, that was last round. Signaling was last round. That was last round too. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that was this round. Okay. I'm so confused right now. I think those were this round. So we are going to draw a card. I should have kept them separate instead of discarding them. Alright, drawing, doing this plant. Not great. It's fine. Because I did get more stuff in combat, and I think I'm winning combat right now. Okay, the Baron, he's the dangerous one here. Got our support. Okay. He is putting a troop in, and he has 2 influence, so he moves up on number 2, which is also that. Okay. Now on for reveal turn. So now, okay, now these are gone. And I have, let's see, we're at 4, 2 and nothing. I have +1 combat for each Emperor card you revealed. There's 2 Emperor cards, which is pretty good. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 purchase. And we're going to take well, these are all pretty good. And maybe we'll get some points here. So 2. Still got 3 left. Oh, that would have been even better. Strike Fleet. Okay. 2 and 3 for 5. Okay, and then we're going to do market turn. 2 and 3. So those are removed. Oh, that strike fleet would have been amazing. Okay. 1 and 2. All right, and now we are going to reveal a combat. So everyone's done. So combat for Baron. He adds an additional 2, but he's not. That's right. Not Baron. He's not in combat. Combat for Margot. She has additional 2. I'm winning combat. So I gain Siege of Arakeen. I gain 2 Solari. And 2 troops. Lady Margot gains 1 troop and 4 Solari, which puts her at 7, which gives her a point. Oh, man. Okay, but I get the conflict card, which is still not worth anything. Fine. Fine. Alright, now we are going to repopulate spice in places that have not been visited, which is all of them. 2, 3. Reveal the next conflict cards. Now we're getting to a point. And then you can recall 2 spies for another point. Oh, okay. And it's green. Alright, recall. This is where I need some worms. Real bad. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. First player rotates to me. Can I get to the worm? Ooh, the worms. What am I going to need spice for? You need water for stuff. You need spice for... Okay, Spacing Guild. Do we have another Benedict current play? I don't. So I can buy water with spice, which is interesting. Signet ring. Buy water. No, sorry. Keep it out. Keep it out. And go to... do I want to do that one? Hold on. Let's back this up a little bit here. So I have to get worms. That would get me... That would get me the siege wall. Yeah, okay. You know what? I'm doing it. So Signet Ring, buy water. We're going to go to Siege Tabor, gain a water, and destroy the shield wall. It's gone. This not getting this high council is killing me here. I should have gone second place. That would have been even better. Okay. Baron. Dutiful service. He's going up here and he's going up higher. Sure, whatever. The Emperor loves him. Espionage. She's placing her third spy out again. Here, recalling the other two to go up again. Man, okay, yep. And then back to me. How am I going to make this work? Can I get one more water? If I have a seat in the High Council, I can get more water. Don't have the money. I could go to Haga Basin. I could try my luck for plot card or go for something else. Okay, alright, let's try this. This could be big for me. Alright, so spend water. And we're going to get a worm. And move 2 troops in with it. So Shillwell's gone, and I have a sandworm. So I'm right now at 4, 5, 6, 7 power, which is good. And I get to move up somewhere. Do I go for the espionage? I'm not winning on other things. And I'm not going to get another one this turn. But I could get maybe some tasty intrigue card. Okay, we're gonna luck it. Dude, or $3 in combat. So either $2 or $3 in combat. Not quite enough to give me my high seat. That would have been great. Okay. Oh, I forgot I had one there. Okay. Anyways, that's fine. He is going to. He is at 2 or more influence, so he is going to shipping, which is up here, and he's going to get 2 coins and an advancement on his favorite, number 1, which is the guild. Great. And then, let's see, Highliner. Oh, this is not good. She goes up, gets a point. Oh, I'm so far behind. And she gets 3 troops. Puts them all in. And another one, so 8. She's going to try to win. Oh, no. Okay. 4, 5. Oh, these don't even have convincing armaments, don't have anything on them. They have no locations. Okay, we gotta go. Weirding woman. No water. Okay, we're going here. Can't get another worm. Nope. Okay, going there to add a troop in. 1, 2. And maybe another one. Sure. 1, 2. I gotta win this. And then I also draw a card. Oh, I've been playing them here again. Stop it. Let me get earlier. Okay. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Okay, Baron. Baron is going to influence shipping, so he already has that. So I'm assuming he's going to skip that. And then he's going to Spice Refinery, which gives me $1. Thank you. And he's going to activate his Signet, which gives him an intrigue card. And then he's going to put 2 guys in. So Baron's on the map. Margot is going to the research station. Oh no, with 2. And she can put them in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no! Margot could win. Okay. Well, I got sandworms. Now, reveal turn. 6. Purchase. No swords. 2 and 3. So let's do 5. Okay, and then we'll cycle. So 1 and 5 are gone. Slide down. 1 and 2. Okay, now the Baron is going to reveal some last minute combat cards. Baron is adding nothing. Okay, Lady Margot Fenring is adding 2. And there's ties, we go to the next one. So I'm going to have to devour. So if I have 1 more sandworms in the conflict, I add 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I get to trash a card. So let's get rid of these convincing arguments. Alright. So I have now won this. I'll have a worm, so I double everything. So I go, as I get 2 points. Battle for Arakeen, I already have that. Now I can remove 2 spies, which I do have 2 spies, for an additional point. And I'm going to get the card, which is another point. Okay, and then let's see, Margot is getting an intrigue, a spice, and $3, which is not enough to really get her anything. Okay, and the worm goes home for the day, and I am not doing so hot here. Alright, well, that worked out okay. I'm getting back there. This might be the last round. So add spice to additional places. And okay, and then we recall. Not first player anymore though. This is gonna be tricky. Especially that. Because I need to get there, and I need to get more water. So I really need $2, I need a High Council, and I need Deep Desert. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, all right. Baron, let's go Arcane. Okay, that gives me $1. Okay, that helps. And he gets another troop and 2 more in conflict, so he's at 6. Oh wait, sorry, conflict is, ooh, it's one of your choice. And choose 2 things to move up. I don't know if that will be enough to get Baron to win, but oh man, okay. And his signet. Oh, his signet is a card. So he actually gains another point for his 3 entry cards. Margot is going to get a From Kit, and he's moving up here again. Just so happens that they keep drawing the same things. Let's see what I got for this round. Interstellar Guild, just move up 1. Oh, I forgot to get a contract when I bought that. Should have taken the thing. Let's take up whatever. Should have taken that when I bought that card. Nothing gives me coins. And then gives me spies. Not spice, but spies. Do I have? Oh, I got nothing. And I recalled my spy this turn. I need to get $1 more. If I got $1 more, I could go and get all my High Council goodies. And then Deep Basin. So I need $1 first. And then the Deep Desert. Okay. $1. So I could go sell spice at a refinery. This gives me some dollars, dollar dues. I could. I think. I mean, other than wait for them to go to the refinery. But the Deep Desert card is coming, and that's the killer. That's gonna lose me the game. So if that Deep Desert card comes out and I don't get it, like I don't get there first, then I'm toast. Unless maybe I can get a spy there. But I don't think there's any easy spy locations. Oh, I could go to Siege Tower. Oh, it doesn't give me $1 though. Gives me the water. Sure, let's try it. Siege Tapper. So gives me a troop, which is going in. I already have the maker hooks. And it's giving me water, and then another water because of my card, which I should leave out here. And what am I doing here? Leave out here, and also a spice because I have Band Gesture and Firmament Influence. Okay, now I just have to be really lucky here and not lose Deep Desert. All right, Baron. Oh, God. Okay. Deep Desert. If Deep Desert has no bonus spice, reveal our card. The Baron goes Deep Desert. There is literally 7 spice there, so he gets a point just for that. He does not have maker hooks though, so he doesn't get any worms. But darn it. Okay, alright, that throws me way off. Oh, and he puts 2 more troops. No, he doesn't. He doesn't put more troops in because he's already winning by 2 troops. Okay, Margot is going to the research station. She's putting 2 troops into the combat. Now it's my turn. Okay, we're going to... Yep. Which order? If only there's a way to get a spy out somewhere so I can go in the deep desert. I don't have Bene Gesserit card right now. That was the one card. Trust another Emperor card you have in play? No. Ooh, +1 influence for each contract you've completed. Well, can I buy a point? No, it's my only green card. Okay, I have to do it. But, oh, I don't have enough money anyways. I need $5, not $4. Oh, am I talking? I can't get there anyways. I would have had to go here to get money first. Oh, I could just get $2 this. But if I do that, I don't reveal. Oh, I need like a card draw or something. That's taken. Yep, I did a boo-boo that's going to cost me the game. Okay. Water's not useful to me now. I just need troops. So maybe we should just go buy troops. So let's go up 1 somewhere. Maybe on the guild. And go to here. Spend the 2. I'm forgetting all the High Council stuff because it's not working out. Spend 2 to get a water and 2 troops. Ah, man. Okay. Baron got our supports. Nope. Can't do it. Deliver supplies or Highliner. Conflict 3, Highliner. He goes up again. And he has 3 troops in. No, I guess he wouldn't add them all in. Using the smart deploy, he would only... Oh, no. Sorry, 30 conflict on, he goes all in. So we have 6, 12. Ouch. And I would... The only way I could have won is through that. Alright. Margot is going to research station. She's already there. Place a spy. On the rightmost blue. And then she's going to the Highliner. She can't. She's going to Arakeen. She can't. Desert Tactics. She can. She goes up here again. She adds a troop and destroys the shield wall. Alright, my last turn is not good. Not good at all. There's no way I can win here. Although I don't know if the Emperor is going to win either. I think the best I can hope for is just to get in there. So, Desert Survival. Come in here, spam water. We're bringing in a worm. And 2 troops. So 6, 7, 8, 9. Which, by the way, she's at 6. And trash a card. I'm going to trash that one. And that is it. So Baron. Oh, it's a reveal turn. I have 2. Two. Sure, I'll take that one. Okay, and then this gets discarded. And now the Baron is going to add some amounts to combat, 2. And then Margot is going to add 2 to combat. And I'm not going to add any to the combat. So I have second place. Okay, so this is, so choose 2. The Baron's going to prioritize points here, but I don't know if he can get. He's already at the max, and then 1, 2. So he can't gain more points. But he's going to turn this in, probably with the first one. And that's going to be a point. So we're still going. Oh yeah, sorry. And then my rewards is an intrigue card. And sorry, 2 intrigue cards and 6 spice. So they doubled it. Okay, we're still going. Oh man. Okay. Rotates. Troops. Dead. Troops. Dead. Troops. Dead. It's looking pretty barren. Spice gets added over here. And we recall. Oh man, we're in it for one more round. And it's still potentially anybody's game here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Alright, Margot is going to go to Siege Tower. If the rest doesn't have, okay, she does. She gets Maker Hooks. She gets a troop, and she gets water. Okay. Now, this is where things are going to get interesting. Signet Ring to go to Deep Desert, spend 3 water, and put 2 sandworms in play. Oh yeah. So I'm already at 6. Oh yeah, next conflict card. Do I win this purely for conflicts? We shall see. Oh, money for points. I don't have the money. I could sell money. Sell for 4 and then go. Okay, anyways, Baron is going to go. Baron is going to. Oh, he's going to refine. And he's doing his thing, which is just to get one of those. And he's also putting 2 troops in. Margot is doing Sardaukar, so that's another good troop movement thing. She goes up and adds 2 troops. So I could get. I need to do the guild because I need to get points there. Oh, I got spice. Diplomacy. Okay, look. Okay. Highliner. I have 5 spice. I have 5 spice. I'm putting all 5 troops directly in to combat. That's an extra 10. I'm at 16. To 4 to 2. Oh, okay. So I'm aggressive. I need to get cash now to buy points. Yes. Okay. Baron. Desert Tactics. Oh. He's going up here, which gives him 1. Okay, he's adding a troop and then 2 more. So he is at 10. Alright, Lady Margot is adding a spy again. It's always her. To the rightmost green, and then she recovers the other 2 and goes up Majestra, which is max. And that's my turn. Okay. 6. What do I want to do? Oh, what if I played this turn? Oh, I think I... Okay, those 2 I played. I can't do high counts anymore. Oh, guild. I forgot to move up the guild when I did the action. So I have a point there for going up the guild. Okay, I remember that now. So I have a point there. I need to get cash to spend. But if you see my hand, I have spent 3 to move up somewhere, which nowhere gives me points. Discarded 2. No, nothing gives me points there. But how do I get cash? Oh, the refinery. Oh, no. I have to influence. Okay. Okay. Space and Guild's favor. I have 2 influence now and 3 spice. Oops. 3. You don't get it. Goes over here. I get $5. And I can go up on a track. Oh, but I don't have that card anymore. Okay, I also draw a card. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna go up on what track? Any track gives me bonuses? No, we're gonna go up here. Okay. Baron. This is exciting. Baron, Siege Sabur. Can't go there. Haga Basin. He still doesn't have Maker Hooks. And there is spice there. So he's gonna... Oh, but there's more at the most bonus spice. So he's gonna go here and he's gonna get 4 spice. Which is 6. Not enough to buy a point. Thankfully. Lady Margot is gonna go Deep Desert. She can't. Dutiful Service. Go up here and she gets a point. Okay. Now for reveal turn. Oh, I have to have played it. No. Okay. I misread it. So you may acquire a card to your hand using Solari instead of Persuasion. That's played. Not... It's in the gray box, not the bomb box. I was thinking I could buy a Spice Must Flow with my cash. But I can't. I should have saved it. I should have saved that one instead. Oh, okay, hold on. Draw a card. Oh, okay. Do I have a spy on the board? I don't. Okay. So you may deploy any... Sorry, let's look at things. 1, and then what you for each Emperor card you revealed, including this one. So 1, 2 Emperor cards. So 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I have 2, 4, 6, 7. I never got the High Council. 7. Nothing is going to give me points, and I can't get the 9. If I had the High Council seat, which I never got, that would have been an additional 2. But, oh, I still need the money here. I still need cash here, so that's fine. Okay, so let's get 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever. Okay. I'm not even going to bother rolling, because it doesn't matter at this point. Alright, now the Baron's emergency reveal. Nothing. Lady Margot's 2, and I had a ton of extra if I needed to reveal anything. I went to conflict, and I got sandworms. And this is for the refinery. I have the refinery already. So first of all, 1, 2, because I doubled that. $6 to buy a point. Because I could have double that, but I don't have the stuff. Okay. Now Baron is going to get Intrigue card and 3 spice. He has enough now to buy himself another point. But it's a Muddy Mouse card. And that's my next pair of Muddy Mouse cards, which is 1 more point. Ah! Okay, I did it. Explosive ending. Oh, pulled off a win. Just barely. And that was exciting. It's tense, edge of your seat every time I play this. It was not short, as you saw, based on this length of the playthrough, but it was exciting all the way. Came back from behind, huge win. The combat is so important, but so is getting those other points and getting up the influence and stuff too. So I will say, I already love this game series. The first game, ranked very highly on my top 100 lists, which you should go back and see or watch our playthrough. And I absolutely loved it. This one, I think, makes the tension even higher. I think because of the nature of the sandworms, making that explosive combat and the doubling of bonuses and points and things, really means that you can have some huge turnarounds and huge swings of fortune, which are incredibly exciting to see. And as you saw, I just barely won based on getting another match of those cards. So comparing the two, they're both excellent games. I think if you want a more complicated, complex Euro game, actually, you know what? Let's get back to my thoughts on the comparisons afterwards. So first, review of the game. Tons of content in this game. The fact that you can play 6 players out of the box or 1 to 4 is very interesting. Modest price point. Good variety in the card deck. It's not huge, so you are going to see a lot of the same things, but the stuff they do is very interesting, very impactful, and you will get to see those things. I think, again, small comparison to the other game, I think there's more card milling, and like card draws and card trashing, which means that you get to see more of your deck and make the card market more impactful, makes the deck building more impactful. I think is very well done, and I'm glad that they made that change. Again, sandworms, love the sandworms, super cool. Maybe it's a little bit more swingy and leads towards like people who don't like combat as much won't like this one as much. They'll like the other older game better. But it's basically the same at its core. You really can't go wrong with either one. The production level is really excellent for a $50 Canadian or $60 Canadian game. Nice wooden components. Dice not included, but you can randomize them some different way or use the app. The nice wooden pieces and things. The card quality is okay. It's pretty standard for deck building. But unique art on most of the cards is excellent. The board is very simple, but I think it needs to be less complicated because there's a lot going on, and you want the focus to be on the choices, not on complex art. But the art still looks good, still clean, still clear what is what section, and the colors and how they work. It's all very clearly laid out. That's all very well done. There's lots of variety in the different player factions to play as, which is huge. And the fact that you can tie in the expansions from the first game in the series is also a huge plus. Of course, playing only 2 players, people might take it or leave it whether they want to add in an AI for that virtual third character. So really it's best at 1 or 3 and 4 or 6. But 2 works. In terms of the 6-player, again, I have not actually played the 6-player. I have not been able to get a group of 6 to play. And I got kind of tired of waiting, so I went ahead to do the game. But it does include, essentially, it splits off the Fremen and splits off the Emperor boards, and those are only accessible to their own players. And the reverse side of the board has different locations to go to instead for influence. So there's even more places. There's 6 different factions for influence instead of 4. And there's some unique cards and things that get added in, which is very cool. And the player abilities are all very interesting and, well, not always super impactful. They still give you interesting decisions. The flow and the arc of the game, I think, is just excellent because you're building up. It's hard to get that first Sword Master out and get getting that extra worker is kind of a must, but it's tough. And there's no, I think compared to the base first game, there's less of a clear opening strategy to race towards that Sword Master. Now it's much more of a flux in the flow, which is cool. And the spies add that extra flexibility that allows you to maybe squeeze in somewhere where someone else took a spot and that you really wanted to get into, and you can still get in there for your spies. Which is excellent. Also, the pairing, the matching up, does essentially causes more of a ramp up in the game for point wise. So instead of points being awarded for random level 2 scenarios, and for the level 2 or the Air 2 conflicts being less impactful, because sometimes in the original game, if there's a Air 2 conflict that didn't award a point, players would just kind of like, oh yeah, okay, fine, I'll throw one guy in there to still win the bonuses, but I'm going to hoard for later. I think because the fact that you get awarded instead more of the control over locations, but also the matching symbols. Being able to use matching symbols for points means that, and also starting off of a random card each, means that you're now looking around a table going, oh, okay, he's got a green gold card, and this is a green conflict. I can't let him get that, because that's gonna give him a point if he gets it. So a lot of nice, interesting twists there. It does make it impactful, and there's some variety in those two, which is cool. But you're still going to see most of them throughout the game. All right, so more comparisons. Again, I feel like the arc is more upbeat, but the combat is more explosive. And some people may not like that. There's more surprise combat reveals and things, I find, in the bottom of stuff that gets triggered at the bottom of your cards, which is both fun, but also a little harder to judge what our players are doing. But again, I think that makes it more exciting as well. But it does also make for maybe less clear winners, but bigger comebacks. So, as we saw in my solo playthrough, it looked like the Baron was going to win, but then I managed to just barely come back with like a 4-point swing or something on the last round, which was again very impactful. So I think I'm just going to wrap it up there. Dune is always been probably one of my favorites IP, intellectual property of all time. I've read all the Frank Herbert novels, even the short stories, and I've read all but maybe one or two of the newest of Brian Herbert, so his son's novels, where he and Kevin J. Anderson, I want to say, maybe I forget the name of the other co-author, have taken Frank's original notes on the universe and have crafted them into an expanding universe. And I think he did those in a very successful way, which he should really earn more kudos and acclaim for doing that, because it wasn't just, they're not just writing off, the original, cashing in on the originals. They're excellent books that expand the story in meaningful ways based on Frank's original vision. So love those. Love the 2 movies. Highly recommend you go see them. They are just absolutely transformative as far as what a sci-fi movie can be. I have not ever seen a sci-fi movie like that. This is like It's like watching The Matrix for the first time. It's like that, or Star Wars, you know, for the first time back when the originals came out. It's that impactful, and I think it's going to do a lot of cool changes. But that aside, recommendations for the game. If you like worker placement, conflict, and deck building, this is a no-brainer. I think that it's the rules are not too complex to get into. It's kind of a step above Gateway Plus. But I think if you're willing to put in the time to learn it, I think even just Dune fans will find a lot of fun in this game. But again, it's still relatively complicated for someone who's brand new to board gaming. It just means that you're going to have to deal with a lot of terms and a lot of concepts that are new to you if you are seeing this for the very first time. So again, if you haven't seen it, maybe watch my playthrough. There's also a lot of other great sources online for learning how to play, because this is a game that is worth dedicating some time to learn if you like the IP. And if you don't like the IP or have never even seen a Dune movie or read a Dune novel, this is still a very fun, very tense Euro-style game that puts some conflict in a non-luck way, but still brings in surprises. A lot of your games of this genre that have combat have very low amounts of luck, but are very predictable. This adds enough surprises and player control that it keeps it exciting throughout. So I do highly recommend that. As far as the different versions of Dune Imperium, I think if you are not not planning on buying any expansions and just want to keep it to a single box, this is the one to go for. Especially if you like the more explosive combat style. But if you want something that's more of a heavyweight Euro genre, then I would get the original box with the expansions. Yes, you can bring the expansions in here, but I don't think they're necessary. They just kind of complicate things more, with like the Devastators and things like that. Kind of are just weird on top of there already being worms and stuff, so I would keep those to the original game. Is it worth owning everything? I mean, I do. The other one's on the shelf and I love it. But I think this is probably the de facto starting point at this point in time. So thank you again for watching. Please like and subscribe. It really means a lot to me when people reach out in the community and want to share their thoughts. I love to hear from people. And of course, liking, subscribing really helps grow the channel, and gives me the encouragement to play more and do more for you guys. And of course, I'm going to keep doing it anyways because it's a hobby that I love. So thanks again for watching. I'm Will, and this is Carbermat.